students. In lecture 7 of discrete elements of discrete mathematics. Today we are going to discuss the concept of Boolean algebra. Then after discussing the concept, we will giving the formal definition or mathematical definition of Boolean algebra, and we'll discuss certain examples, then the properties of Boolean algebra, and some exercise for your practice. So first, what is a Boolean algebra? A Boolean algebra is an algebraic structure which is based on the principles of logic. So you should understand what is the meaning of algebraic structure. An algebraic structure is nothing but a set, any non-empty set, which is having certain algebraic properties. It is whose elements of this set are satisfying certain algebraic properties. And what are the algebraic properties? We have discussed in a very first lecture that there are certain algebraical properties in context of the sets. So for example, I'm going to name the few: the closure property, associative property, commutative property, existence of identity or identity laws, complement laws, laws of involution, and idempotent laws, etc., etc. So here in this chapter, or in this in fact in this topic, I will say in this topic, the Boolean algebra mainly have three operations. One operation is AND, second is OR, and third is NOT. And we have various notations to denote these three operations. In Boolean logic, we may use these notations. This one for the AND, this notation for the AND, which we call the meet, and the join notation for the OR operation, and these two notations are for the NOT operation. So here, in place of these, for AND, we can use the notation, this dot notation for this one, and for this one, meet the join operation, we can use this plus, and in place of this NOT notation, we can have this complement, this dash in the commas. In place of the above operations, we can also use these operations. So different books are having, certain books are using these operations, these notations, and certain books are using these notations. And the meaning of AND, OR, and complement, or I can say the meaning of AND, OR, and this NOT operation changes in the different sets. For example, in case of a power set, the meaning of AND means the intersection operation, the meaning of OR means the union operation, and meaning of NOT means the complement operation. Similarly, we will see other algebraic structures where the meaning of these three operations will be different. The definition, the formal definition of Boolean algebra, which will be used here, is the one that was given by Huntington in 1904. The mathematical definition of Boolean algebra is as follows: a non-empty set B together with two binary operations plus and dot, two binary operations plus and dot, known as addition and multiplication, and an unary operation means a non-empty set B together with two binary operations, that is plus and dot, and one unary operation, that is called the complementation. Usually it is denoted like this: dash on B is said to be a Boolean algebra if it satisfies the following properties or following axioms. for any three elements A, B, C in B. The first axiom is B1. We will denote it. B stands for Boolean algebra, and the one means the first axiom is the commutativity. Means with respect to operation plus and dot, commutative law must be satisfied. Commutative law with respect to this operation plus will be A plus B will be equal to B plus A, and for dot operation it will be A dot B is equal to A dot B is equal to B dot A. So these two laws holds with respect to these two operations, and this is known as the commutative property or commutativity of the Boolean algebra B. We will not call it the Boolean algebra at this moment. Once it satisfies these axioms, this B1, B2, B3 and B4, then we can say that it is a Boolean algebra. Second property is distributivity. Each binary operation distributes over other. For example, here this plus is, suppose I am writing here A plus B dot C. Then here plus will be distributed over dot operation. That means A plus B, then it will be distributed over C. It will be A plus C and dot will be there. Similarly, this dot can be distributed over plus operation. So we'll write A dot B plus A dot C. So the distributive property is like this. Third one is the identity. B contains distinct identity elements 0 and 1 with respect to the two operations plus and dot respectively. For example, with respect to the operation plus, the identity element is called 0 here. So A plus 0 is equal to A, and 1 is the identity element with respect to dot operation. So we write here A dot 1 equal to A. So this property must be satisfied. I again emphasize the fact that here the meaning of plus is not the ordinary addition of numbers, or meaning of dot does not mean the multiplication of two ordinary numbers. The meaning of plus and dot varies according to the set under consideration. And similarly, 0 means not the number 0. It is denoting the identity element with respect to this operation, and this 1 is denoting the identity element with respect to this operation. So these are the standard notation, in fact, not the number 0 and 1. So you should keep in mind this fact. It is a very important point here. The fourth property is complementation or complement law. What is that? For every A belongs to B, there exists an element A complement A dash known as complement of A such that A plus A complement will be equal to 1. I again repeat, this 1 is not the number 1 but the identity element with respect to this operation. In fact, here it will be maximum element, I can say. It will be the maximum element, and here it will be the minimum element, I can say. A dot A dash will be equal to 0. So this is the complement law here. Now certain remarks related to this Boolean algebra. A Boolean algebra is generally denoted by the tuple B, means two binary operations plus and dot, and one is the unary operation, and two elements 0 and 1. Here 0 means the least element and 1 means the maximum element. These are not the identities here or the unit elements. You can also denote it by simply this or by P simply. Now instead of binary operation plus and dot, we may use other symbols such as union, intersection, join, mate to denote these operations, and it depends on the set under consideration. Since a Boolean algebra is distributive, thus it is modular and complemented, so all the properties of the modular, distributive and complemented lattice holds in a Boolean algebra. Next remark is, we usually drop the symbol dot between A and B. We simply write A dot B as AB. If we are given in a certain statement A into B, it means there is some operation dot in between these two. Boolean algebra has at least two elements. That means this minimum and maximum element will be there. The definition used here is given by Huntington in 1904. So these are certain remarks regarding the definition and the concept of Boolean algebra, and certain notations are there which you should keep in your mind for the further calculation of the numerical problems. Example 1. Suppose we are having only two elements 0 and 1. So how this Boolean algebra of only two elements will be look like, and how the properties we can visualize the properties of the Boolean algebra of two elements. We define operation this plus and dot. I again repeat the same fact. Here plus does not mean the ordinary addition, dot does not mean the ordinary multiplication. These operations can be defined according to the set so that the properties of Boolean algebra are satisfied. So we are constructing here two tables, one with respect to addition. Suppose we are defining the addition in this way, that if you add 0 with 0, you are getting 0. With 0 with 1, it is 1. When you are adding 1 with 0, so this is giving you 1. When you are adding 1 with 1, so it is giving you 0. So this is the way, when you are adding 1 with 1, you are getting 0. It is not 2, in fact. So we are actually defining the addition operation in such a manner that when you add 0 with 0, it will be 0. 0 with 1, it will be 1. And with 1 with 0, it will be 1. And when you add 1 to 1, so that will be 0. So this is your special way of defining this addition or this plus operation here. And another way, second operation you can define in this way, as in this table. When you add 0, when you this 0 dot 0 gives you 0, 0 dot 1 gives you 0 again, 1 dot 0 gives you 0, and 1 dot 1 gives you 1. So this dot operation is defined like this, and this plus operation is defined like this. You also define that complement of 0 is 1 and complement of 1 is 0. So from these facts you can see, in this table all elements are 0 and 1. So basically these are elements of B. So this is a binary operation. Similarly, dot is also a binary operation because all elements in this table are elements of B itself. And you can see 0 complement is 1 and 1 complement is 0. That means complement also belongs to this set B. Complement of an element of B is again in B. Therefore, you can say that complement is a unary operation over here. Now, you want to show that this set B is a Boolean algebra with respect to these operations. So you should prove all these four axioms must be satisfied, that is commutativity, distributivity, and identity and complementation. So all these four axioms you can verify here. We can observe from the table. I have already discussed this thing, that these two operations are binary operation and complement is the unary operation. The first property is commutativity. We can observe from the composition table that they are symmetric about the main diagonal, hence both the operations satisfy the commutative law. Distributive means you take 0 plus 1 dot 1 and you do like this, then you take 0 dot 1 plus 1, you do like this. So this distributive property is satisfied over, because solving this 1 dot 1, you know it is a 1, so 1 plus 0 you are also know this is equal to 1. So similarly, if you see this fact here, 0 plus 1 is 1 and 0 plus 1 is 1, so 1 equal to 1, left hand side equal to right hand side. So I can say that distributive property is satisfied for these elements 0 and 1. So similarly, if you are taking dot operation here and plus here, so again this holds. So distributive law holds in this set. Again, the identity. It is clear from the table 0 and 1 are the identity elements for the operation plus and for the operation dot. the complementation. We have already assumed that 0 complement is 1 and 1 complement is 0. So we can verify that 0 plus 1 is 1. You know that in the complement law is a plus a complement must be equal to 1 and a dot a complement must be 0. So here you can see 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1 dot 0 is 0. So 1 is the complement of other. If you are considering a equal to 0, then a complement is 1. You can easily see a complement is 1. You can easily see that a plus a complement is 1 and a dot a complement is 0. So complement law also holds here. So all the four properties of Boolean algebra are satisfied in this set B of two elements. Therefore, this is a Boolean algebra. Now let us see this example too. This is a very important example. You must carefully watch this. Let B be a set of positive integers which are divisors of 30, and you are given operations join and meet on it as follows. A join B means the LCM of A and B. In fact, I can write this in very simple way that A join B is here LCM of the two elements. You are defining this operation, and you are defining this operation as GCD of two elements. One more operation you define, because here the set is taken the divisors of 30. In fact, here B is the set containing all divisors of 30. So it will have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 15 and 30, because all these numbers divides 30. So this set B is there. So we must also define complement in some manner. So here we may define complement as 30 by A. So with respect to these three operations, we shall see that this is a binary operation, this must be a binary operation, this complement must be a unary operation. Let us see the solution. Here, as I mentioned, B is this set. First, we construct the composition table. Composition table is a table which is constructed using the elements of a set with respect to some operation. For example, here we are taking this join operation, and join means LCM of A and B, and these along this row there are elements of B, and again this column in this column elements of B. Now what element I should write here? I should write here the LCM of 1 and 1. Here in this cell we should write the LCM of 1 and 2. In this cell I should write LCM of 1 and 3 is 3. Further, I should write LCM of 1 and 5 is 5, etc. In this manner you will construct this row. Now further in this row what I should do? In this row I should write the LCM of 2 with 1 is 2, LCM of 2 with 2 is 2 again, LCM of 2 and 3, look at this, LCM of 2 and 3 will be 6, that is why here is 6 in this cell. Now we write LCM of 2 and 5, it will be 10, so that is why here is 10 in this cell, etc, etc. So this column, this row can be constructed in this manner by taking the LCM of this number 2 with all the elements here. You will write the corresponding element in the second row. Similarly, all these rows will be constructed, and finally we get this table. Exactly in the same manner we construct the second table. A meet B is equal to GCD of A and B. Means in the first row here we will be taking the greatest common divisor, GCD of this 1 and 1, 1 and 2 you will write here, GCD of 1 and 3 you will write here, and GCD of 1 and 5 you will write here, and then GCD of 1 and 6 here, GCD of 1 and 10 is here, GCD of 1 and 15 here, GCD of 1 and 30 is here. Similarly, GCD of 2 and 1 will be written in this cell. GCD of 2 and 2 will be written here. GCD of 2 and 3 will be written here. GCD of 2 and 5 is written here. GCD of 2 and 6 will be here. In this way, we construct this row, similarly this row, and we get this table. Now we construct the table for complement. Again, here I am writing, as I have already done in the beginning, that we are taking A join B like this, A meet B like this, and the complement like this. So here we are constructing a table for complement. Elements are 1, 2, 3, 6, 10, 15 and 30, and we are defining the complement in this manner. A complement, if you are finding complement of 1, it will be 30 by 1. It is actually 30. If we find complement of 2, it will be 30 by 2. In fact, it is 15. And if you find complement of 3, it will be, means 3 complement will be equal to 30 by 3. It is 10. You find complement of 6, means you write here 6 complement will be equal to 30 by 6. It is actually 5. In this way, you find the complement to each of the elements of B. Now from these three tables given here, we can see that join and meet are binary operations. Why? Because in these two tables you can see when you are applying this join operation on any two elements, then in the whole table you can see all elements are the elements from B itself and element from B itself in this table also. So that is why join and meet are the binary operation, because you know a binary operation is what? If you take any two elements, if you apply that operation between any two elements of a set, you again get the element of the same set. Here you have applied this join operator between all possible pair of the two elements, and you are getting in this table that elements are belonging to the same set B. That is why this join is a binary operation here. Similarly, in the second table, meet is also a binary operation using the same argument. Now similarly, in the third table, you can see here you are taking the elements of B and here are the complements. These complements are again the elements of set B. That is why this complement is a unary operation. Why it is unary? Because here it is applied only single element. That is why we are calling it as a unary operation. So from these tables, we can see that join and meet are the binary operations here on B, and this complement is a unary operation on B. Now let us see the properties of Boolean algebra, because if you want to show that this B is a Boolean algebra, what are the requirements? The first thing is that there should be two binary operations defined on the set B, and there must be a unary operation defined on the set B, and the elements of set B must satisfy the four axioms or four properties, and those properties are: number one, commutative law. Since the composition tables with respect to join and meet are symmetric about the main diagonal, therefore the operation join and meet are commutative. In fact, you must understand it. You need not to show here A join B equal to B join A and A meet B equal to. You need not to do like this. A join B equal to B join A and A meet B equal to B meet A. As you know, the meaning of this is the commutative law. In fact, if you look back at the table, this is the diagonal. This is the main diagonal here in this table. If I draw like this, this is the main diagonal. If you see above this diagonal, this element is 2. This element is 2 here above the diagonal, and this element is 2 below the diagonal. How this element have been obtained? This element has been obtained by taking the operation 1 join 2. 1 join 2 gives you 2. Now look at this, how it has been obtained. It is by 2 join 1. In fact, 1 join 2 and 2 join 1. So using these two operations, we are getting the same element. That means 1 join 2 is equal to 2 join 1. Further, because this is the diagonal. In fact, I should draw it for the more clarity. Yes. So I'm talking about the diagonal. So this is the diagonal. These are the diagonal cells here. So now the element above the diagonal you will see will be same, opposite element will be same. For example, you select any element randomly. Suppose I am selecting this here from this diagonal one cell, and this is second cell, and from this diagonal you will see one cell and the second cell. This is 10, and here if you are coming here one cell and second cell, this is 10. So exactly opposite from this cell you go as many steps, you will get the same element. Here it is 15, again here you will see 15, here it is 30, so here it is 30. Now look at the situation, how this 15 have been obtained. It is obtained by uh, taking this operation of 15 with 1. In fact, this is 15 join 1. And if you look at here how it had been obtained, it is 1 with 15, it is 1 join 15, so both are equal. So in this way you can see the commutative property is satisfied here. Exactly in the same manner about this diagonal in this table also, you will observe that the elements are same, or this is a symmetric metric. In fact, you can say if you look at these tables as a matrix, then these are the symmetric matrix. So if we get in a composition table, if we get a symmetric matrix, then you will say that commutative property is automatically satisfied. Then the identity laws. Now from the composition tables, we can observe that if you are taking join of 1 with any element of the set, you are getting the same element. And if you are taking the meet of any element with 30, you are getting A. So let us again look back. If you are taking with 1, if you are taking join of any element, you are getting the same element. This is clear from this row. 1 join 1 is 1, 1 join 2 is 2, 1 join 3. So 1 join any element, or I can say A join 1 any element, it is in fact you are again obtaining A. And here if you are taking meet of 30 with any element, you are getting the same element. 30 meet 1, you are getting the same element. 30 meet 2, you are getting the same element 2. So that is why this property is satisfied in these tables. Identity law. So this is there. So in fact, if I write in the plus or 0 notation, so here 0 means 1 and plus means this operation join, and dot means this operation meet, and here 1 means 30. So that is why identity elements are existing over here. Identity, in fact, here we are calling it as the least, or this is the maximum element here. So next, the distributive property, it can be satisfied one by one usually. You can check it. And fourth one is the complement laws. And complement laws, from the third table, you can easily observe that A join A dash is equal to 30, and A meet A dash will be 1 for all A belongs to B. Thus, complement of every element in B exists in B. Hence, all the properties of Boolean algebra are satisfied over here. So that is why this B is a Boolean algebra. So in fact, you can verify this from this table. A join A dash is 30. Let us see this table, third one. Suppose you are taking A equal to 3, and obviously A complement is 10. then A join A dash means LCM of A dash, that means here LCM of 3 and 30, and that is equal to 30. So you are getting A join A equal to 30. So you can take any A here and then the corresponding A dash, so you will get 30. A join A dash. Similarly, and you get A meet A dash, if you take that will be GCD of suppose here 3 and 10. So GCD of these two is 1. So you are getting A meet B is 1 and A join A equal to 30. So that is why this fourth property complement law is verified over here. So B is a Boolean algebra. Third example, let S be a non-empty set and PS is the power set. Then this PS is a Boolean algebra with respect to the operation union, intersection as binary operations, and complement as a unary operation. Here in place of 0 it will be phi, and in place of 1 it will be S. You can check that, you can easily verify here that is a union of any two sets. If you are taking any two sets from this power set and you take the union A union B, definitely that belongs to PS. So union is a binary operation. Similarly, the intersection of two sets also belongs to this. So union and intersection are the binary operations here, and if you take the complement of a set, it again the element of this set. Therefore complement is a unary operation. Now you can verify all the laws, commutative law, then the distributive law. These are very easy. We have already discussed in the lecture 1. Then the identity law, you can see I told you that here it means 0 and this means 1. S means 1. So phi and S act as identity of with respect to union and intersection operation. Then the complement laws. If we have A, then there exists some S minus A belongs to PS, or in fact this is A complement. So you can have here A union A complement is always equal to the whole set S, and A intersection A complement is always equal to phi. So complement laws are also verified over here. So if all the four properties are satisfied, so this PS, the power set of a non-empty set S, with respect to operation union, intersection and complement and to elements phi and S, is a Boolean algebra. So these are some properties of Boolean algebra. Number one, this additive identity is unique, and multiplicative identity, additive means not the ordinary addition. In fact, here additive means the identity with respect to this operation or this operation. Multiplicative means identity with respect to dot operation or this operation. Complement, this thing. Means additive identity is unique, multiplicative identity is unique, and complement of every element is unique. Some other important properties are which holds in a Boolean algebra is 1. The idempotent law, means A plus A is A and A dot A. A dot A is A for all A belongs to B. This, if these two are satisfied, these are the idempotent law. This is idempotent law with respect to addition, and this is idempotent law with respect to dot operation. Then the boundedness law. Boundless law means A plus 1 is 1 and A dot 0 is 0. These two are called the boundedness laws. This is boundedness law with respect to plus, and this is boundedness law with respect to dot. Then the absorption laws. A plus A dot B is equal to A. In fact, B is absorbed over here, and here if we are writing dot here and in place of this we are writing plus, then again we get A. In fact, B is absorbed here. And fourth is the associative law. A plus B plus C will be equal to A plus B plus C. Similarly for the dot. These four properties also holds in Boolean algebra. Then these four properties and the properties, the necessary axioms of Boolean algebra B1, B2, B3 and B4. With the help of these 8 properties for these and for these properties. We can solve various problems related to Boolean algebra. For example, here you can see this exercise. The first one, that prove that no Boolean algebra can have three distinct elements. The second exercise, that B be a Boolean algebra and A, B, C are three elements in B. Then show that this A plus B dot A dash plus C dot B plus C equal to A dot C plus A complement dot B plus B dot C. Similarly, these four parts. So you can practice these, and in order to show the left hand side equal to right hand side, you can use these 8 laws, 4 laws, and this B1, B2, B3, B4 properties of Boolean algebra. So that is it about this lecture, and content is mainly from these books. Thank you.